Hello everypony, Prince Alagorn of Aquilonia here, and today we're doing a little bit of something different, and we're going to be doing a bit of a book review. We've all wondered for ages now about the history of Celestia and Luna. We've only had a few glimpses in the show of who they are and what their background is. Now we finally have some answers. Written by Amy Keating Rogers, the Journal of the Two Sisters is the follow-up to last year's impressive Elements of Harmony companion guide, and it's equally as wonderful. Prepare to have headcanons either confirmed or destroyed. From what we learn, it seems Ink Rose's headcanons are largely correct. The Acorns were at one time a populous race in their own right. They populated the Canterlot Hills prior to Heartswarming. Where she and the rest of us were really wrong is assuming they took the throne after beating Discord. That's a false assumption on our part. Instead, they came to power almost immediately after Heartswarming, selected by Swirl and the leaders of the pony tribes because they believed Alicorns, being a hybrid of all three races, could rule impartially and fairly judge disputes. Other things we learn are 1. The location of the castle is related to the location of the Tree of Harmony, which seems to have been a legend to the Alicorns. 2. The castle was built to be Luna's funhouse, which we kind of already figured that out from Castlemania. 3. The princesses were still blank flanks when they took power. 4. Alicorns age at a much slower rate than regular ponies. To other ponies, the princesses were old even at that time. By Alicorn standards, they were late adolescents or young adults. 5. Princess Platinum was a Diamond Tiara type and tried to bully Celestia and Luna, until Luna sprung the castle traps on her. She and Luna became fast friends after that. 6. A younger Star Swirl, before he turned that familiar white, tutored both princesses and both enjoyed his company. He seemed to take a more special interest in Celestia, though, and seemed to sense that Luna's powers would largely develop on their own through her own effort. 7. The role of the princesses is less to rule from on high. Celestia believed the tribes should retain much of their autonomy, and more to serve as impartial arbiters in disputes and defenders of the realm from physical threats. 8. Luna speaks Manticore, and rescued several builders of the castle by mediating a dispute between them and one of the Everfree Manticores that led to their kidnapping. She earned a major friend and guard in the process. 9. Celestia has the ability to scream down a dragon. 10. They earned their cutie marks in a crisis situation when the unicorns found themselves unable to raise and lower the sun and moon. Luna without ever being taught the moon-raising spell. It seems Star Swirl's assumptions about her were right. There's another half to this book, though, called the Journal of Friendship. As you can guess, this part is the complete journal that the characters kept in Season 4. And it's not that bad. I wouldn't say this half is as good as the previous half because we know some of what's coming in it, but it's still well written and well interesting. We know several of the entries, or at least the morals. Those ones end up with cute little recaps to complete the entries. The more interesting ones, to me, are for the eps without entries. It's fun to see the whole Apple family contribute for Pinky Apple Pie, or what Scootaloo had to say about Flight to the Finish, and Sweetie had to say about For Whom the Sweetie Belle Toils, and Twy had to say about the finale. There's also a few random entries by Pinky that don't really contribute anything, but are way fun anyway. Pinky has, as we know, the ability to go off on these weird tangents, and it's fun to just see where she takes some of this stuff. And yes, you do see Discord's highlighting of the entries for the key episodes. Overall, I loved this book. It's entertaining. It's a good example of an old narrative style rarely used today the novel through a diary entry, and it greatly expands show lore in a meaningful way. It's just sad that this is the most world building we've seen in a while. A solid 4.5 stars. Hello Everpony, Prince Algorn of Aquilonia here, and today we're doing a little bit of something